Hey, Paradise people. I've got a guest with me today. This is Kofi. If we're going to start, let's just say the question to you is like, who are you?
My name's Kofi, and I'm a sound engineer, author, and I own an audio installation company, and I also help run two other companies, and I also work with energy healing, sound healing, and also researcher, philosopher, and interdimensional universal lover.
Okay, wow. Wow, okay. The list just keeps getting better. Again, like if I ask you, these are all almost like not identities because it's much more than that. It's like
labels.
Yeah, but it's like
beyond that, you want to know.
Yeah, like who are you?
Okay, so
in a sentence or
beyond that, I would say that I'm a being of light, and that's all I am, and that's all that I be, and that's all that I do, and I try to radiate love and light in all things that I do at all times.
Okay, amazing.
Perfect.
And you've spoken about meditation and going into yourself, and like it sounds like you've got so much insight and knowledge and wisdom about this stuff. And I'm curious to know, like, how did you even get to this point? Is there a old Kofi rebirth into new Kofi like this?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
What happened? How did you get here?
Well, you have to go through the cocoon in order to become a butterfly. And that 100%. Cocoon is that state of introspection and that state of going within and kind of digging deep, so to speak, But I grew up in an environment like a lot of young people in this day and age that are part of the diaspora. We grew up in a lot of violence because of a lot of oppression that takes place within our community, within our culture, within our history. So our reaction to that oppression is violence, because oppression is a violent thing. And so when you're being...
Sorry, can I take your train of thought? Yeah. Are you talking about growing up black, basically?
Yeah, but black people are not the only people who experience oppression,
So when you talk about growing up as me and my diaspora and my community, what exactly are you trying to describe? That experienced oppression.
Well, for me personally, I'm part of the diaspora. So I was speaking personally, but we're not the only people who experience oppression. People, like say for example, even let's take for example Irish people. A lot of Irish people, they had a lot of scrutiny towards Irish people, a lot of hate towards Irish people, a lot of no dogs, no Irish people, and no black people vibes. You get what I'm saying to you? So there's a lot of oppression going on all over the world.
Yeah.
And oppression is a violent thing. And sometimes when we're in a state of violence, we react violently. So because this oppression, you can't beat up the oppression because it's not a physical thing, it's a psychological thing, it's a systematic thing. You start to take out this violence on other people around you and on yourself. That's why there's a lot of harm going on. That's why a lot of black children killing each other, because this is the violence. This is the reaction to the oppression, the reaction to these broken homes, the reaction to the being impoverished, the reaction to being exploited, the reaction to being diminished, the reaction to being destroyed, basically. So I grew up in that environment. I grew up in the ghetto, so to speak, and I experienced a lot of violence around me, a lot of people dying around me when I was growing up, a lot of my friends dying, and I also experienced even adults being violent, and for me, I just knew that I had to be stronger and sort of above. There is no below and above, but I had to conceptually be above the madness in order to escape it and in order to be free from it. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I knew from young that I wasn't to involve myself in the violence, but still being in that environment is hard. It's very difficult. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So seeing all the violence and being within the environment of violence wasn't a nice experience. And so I started to look at the violence, you know, and I started to say, well, obviously this isn't good. As a child, you know the violence isn't good, you see? So from that now, I had an early sort of awakening related to my environment, especially my dad. My dad was a very conscious person. Okay. So he made me aware of my environment and what's going on, and he put a lot of emphasis and a lot of importance on me and my brother's education and us growing up and being educated. And for him, he knew that was how we would escape the madness, so to speak. Because once there was a focus away from all of that was happening around us, then therefore there's a means for us to maintain a focus, you see. So I big up my father on that one, because he kind of really insisted. You know, he was very strict. He was very strict when we were very military. So he really insisted that we did well in that, you know. So so the violence kind of made me aware that there's work that needs to be done in order to kind of bring balance from all the violence. Because if the violence is bringing us all the way down here, we need something to uplift us and empower us. And so I found that through self-knowledge, knowledge of self and right knowledge. And that brought me to the awareness that even though they told me that I've got 400 years of shackled slavery, that before that, I used to reign all over the planet in harmony with the planet and with every other culture and with every other city. And that we had our golden era. We built temples, empires, nations all over the world, you see. And that brought me to the awareness that, hold on, I'm not this thing that they want me to be. They want me to be violent. They want me to be oppressed. They want me to be stupid. They want me to be uneducated. They want me to be mentally enslaved. You get what I'm saying? But however, I saw there was something beyond that, because from young I was in tune with that which is beyond that. You see? So from that now, I kind of started to really develop my knowledge of self. And it reminded me that I am not these confinements. I am not these labels. I am not these stereotypes. You see, because the knowledge is what brought me to that awareness. If it wasn't for the knowledge, what would I be? What I would think? I would think of myself as what they think of me, kind of thing, you know? If they think of me to be, you know, let's say, for example, a thug, basically, then if I didn't have knowledge of self, I would say, you know what, maybe I am a thug. Hold on, let me go around and start thugging and stealing stuff. You know what I'm saying to you? But no, because I had knowledge of self, I said, you know what? I'm a creator, you know? I'm a creator, and within me, I have the power that's in everything. And through that, I can create things and I can utilize my creations for the benefit of everything, you know?
Okay, wow. I mean, that's a huge realization. I think it's so important what you said about, like, a stereotype existing. And a lot of people's mindset is actually, the stereotype exists, so F it, I'm just going to be in that. That's 100%. What they would see me as. I'm going to be that kind of thing. Like, especially at school, I'll be like, everyone thinks I'm dumb, so that's what I'm going to be.
There you go.
And it's like, I speak about this a lot, actually, and it's like trying to actually fit into the labels that we're given. That we want to fit into that label, that expectation that is of us. And like, for you to kind of step out of that, did you experience reactions from your own community
101%.
for not
101%.
Yeah.
When I was in secondary school, Kofi's Morris, this and that. Because why? I didn't want to go around with my pants down my waist. Why? I didn't want to spend time with them in the playground doing stupidness. I'd rather be sitting now reading a book.
Right.
By the tree. You know what I'm saying? That was me in secondary school. I'd rather, you know what I mean, go to the music room and practice on the piano or do something. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to hang out with them after school. Because they see my complexion and they know I'm part of the diaspora. They want me to fit into their idea. But because I'm not fitting into their idea, it's like, oh yeah, they want to attack you, they want to slander you. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So I experienced that. And then generally people, you know, would kind of recognize that you're different. But that's also been the biggest blessing for me. You know, to be unique, to be authentic. That's one of the biggest blessings, because that way now, when you're your true self, your authentic self, and your best self, and by being your best self now, what you come into just radiating love and light, basically. Do you know what I mean? And that is undeniable. And the people who are resonating with love and light, they will, you know, be in alignment with you and they will connect with you. But the people who are not in alignment with that, because fear, because programming, because hate, because of all these things, they want to get vexed at you because you're in alignment and they ain't there. They want to be stuck in the cycles. Do you get what I'm saying? So you would get slander from people. It's natural. You get what I'm saying? It's people's projection of their own fear and their own insecurity.
Yeah, so true. I think it's crazy that it's this reinforcement thing, like reinforcing the stereotype. And the fact of being scared to step out of it, like being scared to actually be your true self, but true self really is a filter. It creates that like sieve of you and
Facts.
and you and who's meant to be in your life and like aligning you the way you're meant to go. So you're saying like even from high school, you decided to sever yourself from untrue things or things that weren't you.
Yeah.
And your dad was almost a catalyst for this
100%.
and making you aware of the truth behind the system. 100%. And I think what you said about being kings and queens and reigning at some point, that's hidden information. That information is not open and out there for us to know. Like even my people, like we've just assumed that, you know, like we're not as we're not on a level with the West or these people that have created this technological world, but we're actually connected to something deeper. Don't want to create separation because every human being is connected, but there's something about the melanin.
Because we're trying to say, because this is the thing, right? Even people who aren't as rich in melanin as the colored people of the world, right? They still got a connection.
Right.
But what the colonial mind is a poison. It's a disease. The colonial mind will jump into me, will jump into you, will jump into him and her and this and that. And what the colonial mind does is it severs your connection to nature, to life, to everything. And all it wants is to get. What can I get? That's why everybody in this society is running after money, running after this and running after that, because it's the colonial mind. What can I get? Let me go here and get. Let me get this and take. Let me meet this person and take. What can I get from you? And take. It's the colonial mind. So, given that now, before the colonial mind, it's like, for example, a lot of the inventions come out of the East, which is Asia and Africa and the Middle East. Civilization, that's what civilization comes out of. If you look at the word Caucasian, we look at the word Caucasian, that tells you something. There's the word Asian in that. There's the word Asian in that. You get what I'm saying to you? So the melanated beings of the planet, which are the melanated beings of the soil of the planet, which is the brown soil and the dark soil of the planet, we're the originators of these civilizations, we are the knowledge holders, and as the mothers, the the knowledge birthers and the holders of eternity. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So that's what we are. Do you get what I'm saying to you? That's what we are. And even down to megalithic structures. We built megalithic structures. You go to India right now, there's megalithic structures that are thousands of years old. You go to Africa right now, there are megalithic structures that are thousands of years old. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, I think that's so important. Like, if this was taught in school, if we were taught in school the real history of
civilized world,
of the world, history, yeah. Let's say it started in this part of the world, like civilization started in this part of the world, which I believe is East Africa.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
They're different. It's like you got some people say South Africa, some people say East Africa. You get what I'm saying? But at one point, it was all one landmass anyway. So the whole vibe is connected. Do you get what I'm saying? But let's say for the sake of the conversation, let's say Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also don't want to like get into the separation thing. I just like what we're here to do is uncover the truth. And the truth is that like black people and black community didn't start from slavery.
That's it. Factual information.
Yeah.
Just factual information.
But that is what shapes so much of the way the community has like in this world. 100%. But it needs to be spoken about what was happening before that.
Yeah, 100%. Because like what I said about me growing up, if I didn't know about my true history, I would just be floating around, like just doing anything. Because it's like this. I say, it kind of come off of what Marcus Garvey said, yeah? A person without the knowledge of their history is like a tree without its roots.
Right.
But I finish it off by saying a person without the knowledge of their history is like a tree without roots. Inevitably blown away by a gust of wind. So therefore that means if you don't have the roots as a foundation to ground you in your being, then you could just get blown about you can get blown about because there's no roots to ground you. You can just get blown about in life, doing whatever. You can become whatever. And then later on in life, you find out, this wasn't me the whole time. What have I done? I've wasted my life.
Wow. Okay. So from quite young, you decided that, what they say about you is not true. How did you go on this journey of, how did you come to understanding who you truly are?
I had to educate myself related to self-knowledge. I had to read a lot. I had to do a lot of meditation because I taught myself meditation. When I was young, I just decided to just sit down and just sit down and meditate. This was in like secondary school, even primary school, like year 6, year 7, I was meditating from. And I remember sitting in the silence and I could hear all the noise that was happening around me. And then I recognized that all the noise that was happening around me was actually also happening in my mind.
Okay.
In the silence, I was hearing all these things happening in my mind. And I was like, wait, hold on, this is the same thing that's happening outside of my head. So then that showed me how much the external world has such an influence on my mind. And that my mind was constantly racing because there are information in this city, in the world, in society that's constantly racing. You know what I'm saying to you? So it's about self-awareness and self-knowledge, and that's what brings you out of the rut, if we're being honest, and that's what takes you into liberation and to freedom and to flight.
Nice. Okay. It sounds like actually what you do was aligned for you from the beginning.
100%.
From year 6,
100%.
You're thinking about meditation. You have an awareness that there's this conscious mind within us and like reality, and you're understanding certain things that not everyone understands. And then you're reading, I guess, meditating. Did you spend a lot of time alone?
No. Yeah, because obviously I didn't fit into like normal society, innit? Like, I remember being in secondary school, I was telling everyone about the third eye and this and that, and people were laughing at me.
Wow.
And then, but years down the line, people are coming back to me and telling me about the third eye. I'm like, raw. And they were like to me, you know what, you was ahead of your time and this and that, and you didn't realize what you was talking about. But even me, I didn't realize what I was talking about at the time because I was calling it the third eye when it's really the first eye.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it's the first eye. because that's the eye of the consciousness, the eye of the spirit, you know, and that spirit, that soul, that consciousness is that which comes before the body, you know.
It sees before you've seen.
That's it, 101%.
Wow, right. So then, okay, so going on this journey, like you're getting to know yourself. How did you get into the healing?
I'm gonna get a bit deep, but I'm gonna keep it. Keep it short.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I've been getting attacks all my life, innit? Yeah, attacks from this direction, that direction, all the directions you can think of. Yeah. People, things,
mind, or
people, entities. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you're young, you just be chilling. You know what I mean? And you might get a thought of just like murdering yourself. And that's because an entity just implanted that thought into your head so that you could act on it and it could get energy and feed from it. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So I've been getting attacks, whether it be from the system, whether it be from, you know, people around you, whether it be from whatever, you know, I've been getting attacked. But one time I got this serious attack.
Right.
And I was on the astral plane. And these entities decided that they would attack me because I was radiating light on the astral plane. And when they attacked me, I realized the severity of the situation. And I realized that we're in a war, basically. We're in a spiritual war where if you're radiating light, the entities are going to try and come and take you out. If you're on the physical radiating light, they're going to try and take you out. Because the darkness is what keeps everyone entrapped in this materialism, and it feeds the bigger entity. So if you're someone that's here radiating light, if you're someone that's in the spirit radiating light, you're going to get attacks. So I was getting attacks, and then I realized, hold on a minute. If that was such a in-your-face, blatant attack, right? What they're doing to other people who aren't as spiritually prepared as me, who aren't who hasn't got their armor and their shield and their sword. They're vulnerable. They're vulnerable, to put it plain and straight. So therefore, it's easy for them to succumb to depression because the entity wants to plant that in their mind. It's easy for them to succumb to anxiety because the entity wants to implant that in their mind. So how do we bring people out of anxiety, out of depression, out of the attack? Because when someone attacks you, they're inflicting violence upon your being. And so there's harm. And what do we do when there's harm? We heal.
Okay.
So that's where the healing comes in, because if people are constantly getting attacked by the sounds, attacked by the sights, attacked by the smells, the pollution, attacked by everything they're getting attacks from, then where's the middle point in that? How do we balance that? How do we, kind of bring balance? And we do that through the healing. And that's what brought me into healing, and I was called to do it because everything was just one after the other, just presented itself to me and said, yo, this is it. And so I just really trusted that and went forward with it, and it blossomed and it bloomed like a beautiful lotus,
Wow. So much to unpick there, but I genuinely don't think we have time, Kofi, like this. Just talk about.
What time is it now? Let me see.
It's 3:40.
Whoa.
I just want to talk about the spiritual attack.
Yeah.
And like wanting to do good. This is where there's something beyond this physical realm, because you're wanting to do good and then you just reach a blockage and you reach a stumble and you reach it feels actually like a physical pullback.
That's it.
In your spiritual attack, did you plummet? Or did
at one point?
Okay.
I don't want to go into it too much detail, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes, people are sensitive and it's a sensitive topic, and even me talking about it can kind of open certain doorways, open certain gateways within them. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not talking about too much, but I had to fight them basically.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a physical fight because I'm in the astral. I'm fully awake when this is happening. Yeah. When they attacking me now, and I got into this level of darkness, because this is what happened when they showed themselves, when they materialized. as beings, as entities in front of me, right?
I'm already just like, bro.
I was afraid.
Right.
Because I was afraid of what I was seeing, they could get into me.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying to you? Because I was afraid.
Which is what they kind of need to unlock.
Bam.
Yeah.
Once you are afraid, it lowers your vibration. Once that your vibration is lowered, you open yourself up to anything. You get what I'm saying to you? So when that happened now, I went into like a dark space. And something said to me, I said to myself, you know what, you're just imagining this stuff, just snap out of it now and just get out of this thing. Do you know what I mean? And I tried to snap out of it, and the more I tried to tell myself I was imagining it, is the more it was showing itself to be real. Yeah? And so something said to me, no, if you turn back now, that's it, you're done basically. So what you need to do is you need to continue your practice. So I was continuing, and the light entered the crown of my head, went through my body, into my being, and illuminated my whole being, and they were shunned. And I was like, wow. And that showed me the power of the light. That was the first time I was introduced to the power of the light. Because, I'm going to explain something to everybody really quickly, right? You have light and you have darkness, but you also have blackness. It's three things. Now, the blackness is the origin of all light. The blackness is the origin of all. It's the stillness. It's the nothingness. Light is the expression of the blackness. So light is the blackness in motion. Light is the blackness in its outward expression. Now we have darkness. Darkness is the obscuration of the light. So darkness is the obscuration or the block of the light.
Okay.
So anything that seeks to block the light is of darkness. Anything that seeks to block the expression of the supreme origin of the source of creation of the light, anything that seeks to block the light is darkness. And so there are beings of light, there are beings of darkness. That's what we must comprehend. But the darkness and the light, it's all one and the same. The blackness, the light, and the darkness, it's all one and the same. But it's the play of energy. It's the play of energy. That's what we working with. Do you know what I mean? So in that now, we really have to guard ourselves, and we really have to reinforce our connection to the divine, because that is how. And you know what? If you want to be Christian, if you want to be Hindu, if you want to be Muslim, whatever you want to be, whatever path that you decide to follow, just do it in truth. Because people take the source, the essence of Christianity, and they make a lie out of it. People take the essence of Islam, they make a lie out of it. People take the essence of being a Brahmin and being an Agori, and they pollute it and corrupt it. So whatever path you take, there is truth in it, and work with the truth in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think people can create an identity out of that.
101%. Everybody's doing it, to be honest.
Yeah, you gotta kind of be careful of that and know that actually God is within. And maybe there's some religions that don't believe that. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. Wow. So I think it's important to talk about the fact that you can have so much awareness and knowledge, and you can be aware of the truth, but you can never be perfect. And I think you having experienced that actually made you aware of the power of light. So these things, like this for me comes down to the natural mystic. When Bob Marley's thinking about the natural 100%. Mystic, this is how I kind of interpret it. Like the natural mystic is darkness has to exist. Like badness actually has to exist for us to kind of understand.
The light.
Yeah.
Factuals, man. Factual information right there.
Right. And I think we've been on a path of awareness. I have a different kind of awareness to things as you, but I think we're on the same mission of wanting to spread light in this world.
That's it.
And
that's it.
Yeah, and I think it's important to share the fact that we also experience madnesses. I was in complete ignorance before, completely indulging in my ego, completely indulging in the identities that I created of myself. And like when I was doing that, and when I was brought to awareness of certain things, and all of that came crashing down.
Yeah.
And I started to feel more elevated in my life as I like went further and further into the truth. The attacks were mad.
Yeah. 100%.
I was getting attacked left, right, and center by people, by my own mind, by spiritual entities for sure.
100%.
Like these thoughts that were coming into my mind. I was like, that was not coming from me. And I had to go, like exactly what you said, I had to go even deeper into the truth. And sometimes I think maybe
it's scary for people.
It can be scary for people, but I think maybe trying to seek the truth, it's scary. We've already spoken about that, like off camera. Seeking the truth, it's scary. And this is why people don't want to do it. But when you do seek the truth and you get actually closer to source, to God, to the creator of you, because if you're searching about who you are, then you actually realize you were created.
That's it.
Sometimes the attacks can be him utilizing darkness to bring you closer to him. And I think that's reassuring in the journey.
100%, because everything is God. Everything is God. The pile of dust, the bird, the tree, the pile of plastic wrappers in the bin, everything is God. No, whatever you want, the graveyard, everything is God. The sky, the stars, everything. Everything. God is not separate from anything. So what you said about, you know, the divine actually utilizing these things as tools for your own inner transformation, for you to further understand your expression, your nature, your light, and your origin, is the factual informations. Factuals.
Okay, I've got a mad question for you.
Yeah.
I'm guessing to get into you've experienced this now and it's pushed you into your purpose of becoming a healer.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, which don't take it personally, but what do you feel like gives you the authority to heal others? And also, have you ever had to battle your ego with being given this ability?
So I haven't been given the authority, basically, to put it straight. Yeah.
Okay.
But I have been blessed with the ability and the capacity.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So with that now, I'm not just going to sit back and say, oh, well, you know, if I get sick, I can just wave my hands around and I'm good to myself. Do you know what I mean? That's a bit selfish. But a lot of people are called to get the you know, the alignment, the healing, the alignment, the realignment, the re-illumination. And if you're called to do that, I am just a vessel. I'm just a vessel for that energy to come through me and to shine through and to bring you back into your re-illumination and bring you back into your true, authentic self. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't been given the authority to do nothing. I'm not the Pope. And I'm not going to be the Pope and say to the Pope, I have authority on planet Earth as this, that. No.
Yeah.
Because that's the ego vibes. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I haven't been given the authority.
Okay, that's amazing. Because I do hear people say, this is my ability, this is my thing. Maybe it's also my ignorance, but I'm just saying, but like, who are you to say that you are able to do that? But from all our conversation and from what you're saying, it's definitely been an alignment and a gift that you've been given and decided to use in this way. Have you ever had to battle your ego and like battle staying humble in what you do?
Every day the ego wants to trip me up, and when I'm on the floor, beat me with a stick. Every day the ego wants to do that to me. Do you get what I'm saying? But through my practice, I've developed myself whereby I can recognize when the ego wants to come up and wants to attack and wants to destroy my clarity.
Yeah.
Can recognize when the ego wants me to act out of character. Do you know what I'm saying? So self-awareness is the key, and self-awareness and awareness, just awareness is the key. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that will just show you everything that you need to know through the clarity of it. And awareness doesn't mean perception. Awareness doesn't mean thinking. Awareness just means awareness.
Okay.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Do you like get the teaching from someone else, or is it like how do you get the teachings? How do you become a marketer? Like, how do you get the...
Right. So, because we're ordinary, when I say ordinary, I mean we're in the society, we eat the food that we eat, we this and that, we do the things that we do, we go out and enjoy ourselves and whatever's happening, right? In that, we're lost. I'm going to be straight and honest with everybody. We're lost in that. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Now, how do we find our way back? If you're lost, what do? Do you keep wandering around, or do you find a guide?
Okay.
And when you find the guide now, and the guy says, go that way, and go that way, and once you get there, you go that way. And so you find your way back home. And when you find your way back home now, that's where the key is. That's where the power is. Because in that, when you have a guide and someone who's a qualified guide, not just someone who's giving you advice here and there, not just someone who is your friend and you're chatting conversation with them, not just someone who you're seeing on online. It needs to be someone who has done the work, and you can see through direct experience, and you can know that they have done the work.
Mm-hmm.
So that person is qualified to guide you. They're not qualified to liberate you. Nobody's qualified to liberate you other than yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody's qualified, they're qualified to guide you to your own inner liberation. Right? And then through that, now you can come to a point within yourself that you start to get certain teachings from the downloads.
Mm-hmm.
When you get the downloads through opening the crown, you start to get the realization, and the realization bring you into the actualization. Because the realization is mine, and the actualization is the action. So I could realize that I am one with everything, and I could realize that I am everything and everything is me.
Mm.
But to actualize it is the goal, is the end product. You know, and to bring that into action, to bring that into being. That is the thing, you know.
Yes. There's realizing, there's knowing, there's awareness.
Mm-hmm.
How much does that matter without the change, the actual change in this small physical reality? That it might be this small, really, but
it's big importance to us.
Yeah. Was that guidance a person for you?
Yeah.
We don't have to go who is, but
a person, a few people. You know what I'm saying? Not just one person, but a few people have been able to say to me, go down here and go there. And when you get there, you turn that way. And then when you get there, and then I've got to my destination.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? But I've got to my destination only to learn that the journey and the destination is one. That's it. That's the key.
It's paradise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, okay. That's really powerful. I'm guessing your path's just aligned with these guides.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, I met them through divine intervention, and I don't know if a lot of people get what I'm saying by that, but the right place, the right time.
Wow. You know? I think that's how that stuff works.
100%, man.
So you've done a lot of reading.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of self-awareness, going down the path of know thyself, which is so important. So important. I want to ask you, for the people, what's your advice? Where does someone begin with this journey? Any book recommendations? Any keys? Any keys along your journey?
I started with reading, but I'm going to go in my magic bag one more time and bring out something. So this is my book, Identity, but this is just a sample copy. All right, it's my book, Identity, and this book is part of the consciousness series that delves into consciousness, delves into reality, and what it means to be a conscious living being. All right, so you cop this book. It's a really good book. It breaks things down very simply, very concisely, and it's packed with beautiful information, and it's packed with love, and it's packed with light, and you know, it's beautiful. It's all beautiful. It's all beauty, you know. So I would recommend this book. It's a book written by me, ID entity, what it means to identify with our internal and external reality.
Wow, yeah.
And and if anybody wants to start on a journey of self-realization, you just start with love. Start with love. Love yourself. Learn what it is to love yourself and to love others. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Because not the romantic love, not the sexual lustful love, not that one. We're talking about we're talking about the universal love. We're talking about the love that binds two atoms together, the love that birthed the universe into being, the love that birthed you into being, that love. You know what I'm saying to you? And when you come into that now,
so powerful.
Yeah, honestly. And then that will just lead you into, your own path. Because we all have our own path. Do you know what I mean? We all have our own path. Even if you follow this school of teaching or that school of teaching, it's all our own, it's all our path. Do you know what I mean? And that's just it. If you wanted to start off, that's it, man. You delve into self-love and love of others, and then through that, everything else starts to unfold. All the knowledge that you need to find starts to unfold, because the knowledge that I found might be different to the knowledge that you need to find.
That's so true.
So
that's so true, because I think our two paths to coming to want to do or wanting to search for the truth look very different. But we've come to almost the same conclusion. That everything is love. That's it. That everything is love, and that we're actually very powerful beings.
100%.
And we carry this energy, we carry this life force that's connected to everything.
101%.
It's crazy.
101%.
And once you know that, like, you only want to share that information with everyone that you meet, right? It's mad. But thank you, Kofi.
Thank you so much for the honor.
Thank you for sharing everything that you have shared. Like, I just know however many people listen to it, one person is definitely going to be impacted by the information that was shared. I have been. So thank you so much. Check Kofi out online. I'll put his socials down below. He's doing a lot of things. He's got 3 books out, actually. He's only shared 1, but he's got 3 books out. He does his healing. I'll put the link down for where you can book your session. If you want to link up and actually get into the healing, like he said, something that you have to experience to really understand. So if you're open-minded and want to get to know more about that, then defo check that out. Follow him on Insta, DM him and ask him some questions.
I've got Instagram here as well. It's KJM SCROLLS KJM Scrolls.
Yeah, beautiful. Exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love.